The full moon lights up your 10th house of success, legacy, bringing your achievements into focus. So let's have a look at the energy and see what it means for you. So welcome back, all my lovely warriors. Thank you for joining me again. For all those of you that are regular viewers on here, if you're new to the channel, then welcome. Thank you for joining me. Please give us a like and a love. Press the little bell button. It will let you know when I am posting, which is going to be much more regular this year. So we kick off the first full moon of 2025, and we are in the full moon in Cancer, the wolf moon. You know, moons are all about turning points. They are about endings and awakenings. And this one is no different, that's for sure. So let's have a look. Let's pull a few cards and see what it means for you, the watcher, and for what the week means coming in. What do we need to know about this full moon in Cancer? I feel like we need one more. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got. Full moon in Cancer. I love it when that comes up. You and your loved ones are safe. So we are really sitting in the energy of the full moon. You know, when a card comes up with what you're reading on, it just really enhances the energy for me. That's what my guides communicate with me. That, you know, you can really sit in this and take advantage of this moon, because it really is going to bring up impacts of the realm of knowledge and spirituality, and encourage you to let go, certainly within chapters in life that are hindering your personal growth. So when you've got stuff that's in and around you, and it's either a repeated pattern, or you can see a pattern, or even if it's a difficult pattern that you feel you don't know how to find a way to maneuver out of it, this is going to bring up a lot of emotions for you, because you're kind of fighting against what it is you want, and also what it is the planetary energy is pulling you towards. So, you know, something that's not letting you shine, whether that's people, situations, place, work, whatever it means for you, take it as it resonates. It's really going to be highlighted this week and in the oncoming days. So, you know, if you're feeling triggered, it might be a time to just take note of how you feel, take a step back before you want to speak, because emotions are going to be running high. You know, anything that's hindering your personal growth, because you want to at this time embrace fresh opportunities for learning and self-discovery. And, you know, and when we do that, whatever form you take, it releases emotional baggage and stirs up emotions, because that's how we grow, that's how we move forward, and that's how we develop. So we've got the new moon in Scorpio as well. So work through your fears. And of course, what Spirit are bringing to me is like, watch that sting in the tail. Now that could be you, and that could be people in and around you. Your dreams need a practical plan. A full moon in Taurus. We're going to put the two... that's the new moon, not the full moon. We're going to put the new moons together because they have the similar energy, and keep the full moons. And what's this one? The new moon eclipse. Expect powerful changes. I feel like that's what this new moon is going to bring about. It's going to bring up these powerful changes of shift. That might mean a little bit turbulence within your life. That might mean that it is a little bit uncomfortable. But that's how we get change. That's how we sit in the energy. It's like when you keep looking the other way, this is what my guides are showing me. When you look in the other way and just, oh, I can't be bothered for the hour, I just want a peaceful life. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's just going to come up, and it's going to be poking you and poking you and poking you. It's like, this needs to be looked at. This needs to be changed, because deep down underneath, if you're not experiencing this and you're not allowing the emotions to come up, it's underneath. You've buried it. So it, depending on where it is in the levels of whether it's conscious, or whether it's conscious but you've pushed it down and you're not prepared to look at it at the moment, it's really going to come up during this time. So something to bear in mind. Let's pull a few tarot cards in and around that, because I just feel that that's quite important before we pull any more. You know, emotions are amplified during this time, and this impact is especially strong when the moon is in Cancer. It's a sign of connected to family, emotional security, domestic life, you know, and there are 4 signs that are really going to feel this a little bit more, and that's Aries, Taurus, Leo, and Cancer. So hold on to your hats. So let's just have a look at what this energy is going to bring in. This Cancer full moon. This Cancer full moon. What does it mean? What else? Get 2 more. Cancer full moon. Oh, okay. Wow, look at all these major arcana. So we've got 3 major arcanas first and foremost. So I feel like in the beginning, for me, in this energy, the world, it feels like it's chaos. It feels like it's chaotic. It feels like you're going to go into this emotional spiral of, how can I be back here again? And have I not learned anything? Kind of beating yourself up. And it's like, I promised myself I wasn't going to be here. It feels like a New Year's resolution where you're just like, I can't even do this right. And you're really beating up on yourself. But remember, with readings and tarot, yes, you've got the external energy of what you can help guide you. But when we've got these cards in, this is a mindset. We can go into manifestation and change this. So what do we do to get these 2 brilliant cards in the upright? We just allow ourselves to be perfectly imperfect and go, okay, I'm aware of my situation. I've noticed it. Yes, I've not been able to rectify it, but I'm not the same person I was last time this came around, so I can handle it differently. I have learned and I have grown, and I do want different things for myself. I just haven't been able to maneuver 100%. So the way we talk, our self-talk, is very, very important. And that's how you get out of this difficult situation. I feel like this sort of sits in the middle. I love the Judgment card. The Judgment is, you know, that wake-up call. It's like, I can see what it is I need to change. So to beat up on yourself is just really not necessarily. It's like, okay, let me sit in the energy of this. What is coming up? What am I seeing? What am I saying to other people? If you're this and that and whatever, bring those words back to you. How can you relate those words back to you so you can grow and you can change? Because there is going to be a sort of a light bulb moment where you can see things differently and see a change and see a way of doing things differently. This is uplifting. So you know, this is going to be different for some, but I feel like this is a flow. So whether this is the start of the week, this is the middle, and this is towards the end, and for others it might be the month, the start of the month, the middle of the month, and ongoing, you know, or weeks into February. I do feel what happens with this is a really good outcome. So you feel much more balanced, you feel much more grounded, you feel like there's give and take. So whatever is coming up, stick with it, because this is going to bring really, really good things. So work through your fear. You know, have a dream, you know, where you are and where you want to be. Sometimes you need this practical plan. Like, well, how can I get it? I can't just keep thinking about it. You know, if I want to grow my business, how am I going to get from A to B to C to D? If I want to attract in the relationship of my dreams, how am I going to do it? I can't just keep wishing about it, stay inside my house and not meet anyone, because it's just not going to happen. There's only so many things that can be brought to you. So it's about having a plan and making steps forward, even if it feels like the path that you're on is not where you want to be. But I was only saying this to somebody this morning, it's like the stepping stones start to come in, and even at the start, at the first stone, if it doesn't feel like the path you want to be on, just keep going for a bit, because that forward momentum, that forward movement allows the universe to bring things to you. It may not be in your timeline. It may not be as you want it to come in, but it will come in for your highest good. And expect the powerful changes, but be consistent. I feel like consistency is a really it's a word that you've got to sort of take away, because I feel like what's coming in is the light that sits behind the darkness. And the darkness will be just feeling bad emotions. The darkness will be an argument with somebody. The darkness will be a deal not going through. A darkness will be being rejected by somebody. But what sits behind that darkness is the light. So don't give up. Don't focus on what's going wrong. Focus on what you can learn from this situation, how you can grow, and how you can move towards the life and the balance that you desire, because that is coming up really, really strongly. Okay, interesting. Lots and lots of energy, and like I feel really cool, like quite sort of hyper by this, but it feels good. Let's just have a look and see what else the book says about the full moon in Cancer. So the full moon in Cancer gives us powerful feelers, making us aware of everything going on within and around us, and asks us to make sure we can retreat to our protective container filled with calmness and unconditional love. So where it says that powerful feeler, so we can feel everything that's going on in and around us. So the people that are in and around us, the situations, the environment that's in and around us feel very charged at the moment. And when you get that charged energy, that's when things can get a little bit explosive and we get triggered and emotions are pushed. So what do we need to do? We need to stay in that container of calmness and unconditional love. So we come back to ourselves. We sit in our heart center core. So how do we stay, Spirit, in our protective container? How do we stay in this protective container? Let's have a look. Ooh. See, look at all the energy of the cards. They're just flying out. For those of you that don't know, I only take the flyers. I'm not a bad shuffler. This is my agreement with my guides. I just take the flyers. I don't always work with, what do you call them? Like layouts, grids and things like that. I just kind of go with the flow. Sometimes I'll use a Celtic cross, but it's not that often. I'm just kind of much more of a flowing kind of person. So I like to just anchor into the energy and feel what has come up. So what does it do? What does it we need to know about this protective container filled with calmness and love? Well, it's like, just don't let people rile you. And I know that sounds really easy, but a lot of that comes about is how full your pot is. And I speak about this all the time. So say this is your pot of stress, your bucket full of stress, and you haven't slept that well for lots of other reasons, which means you're not eating that well because you're tired, so you're eating loads of sugar and you're feeling a bit stressed. You might be having a glass of wine or a gin or a beer or something like that, and then work's not going right, you've had a row with somebody, that's playing on your mind, and then you get topped with this energy and then you become reactive. So what our life is about is finding ways where you can bring this level back down to here. So even if you've got this little bit of stress, you are able to sit in that bubble of calmness and protective energy. You're able to go, okay, I can feel it. I'm going to pull myself back. So that's what it's about. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about that this year in Mind, Body and Spirit, because it's not just knowing about what the future is. It's about learning how to get whole within yourself, within your mind, feeding your body the right stuff, and then you can connect with spirit on a greater vibration and be able to grow and manifest in the life that you choose. So I do have a program coming out about this in June. It's going to run for 99 days. Remember that we are in the 9-year. It's not up on the website yet, but it will be by the end of January. So do have a look. If you want any of my offerings, please go to the website, thespiritualwarrior.uk. Do watch out for scammers. I have a lot of people using my name, but I will never reach out to anybody, so just do be aware that. Please block them or report them, because it is a scam. So how do we stay in our protective bubble? We don't get triggered. We walk away from the people that are triggering. You know, pick your battles. This is a time to go within. This is a time to shine the light on yourself, shine the light on what's coming up for you and how you can deal with it so it benefits you, so you can move forward to this life that you want to create, so you can create this balance. Yes, you do have a big heart. Yes, you are empathic. Yes, you're a feeler. Yes, you feel others' emotions. Yes, you put people's before yourself, and that's one of the things you need to start. You know, it's like, I love you, but at the moment, I love me more. And that's where you've got to sit, because the Queen fills herself up with love. And when you fill yourself up with love, you can respond from love. If you're running on an empty cup, you simply cannot do that. You simply just cannot do that. Which is interesting that we've got the Page of Pentacles come up, because this is just, it's like distracted energy, not seizing opportunities, and it sits right next to the Devil. Now for me, when we've got the Devil in reverse, this is kind of getting detached from these things that are coming up. It's a much healthier card for me than it being in the upright. You know, it's what are we chained from? But in this energy, I'm getting detached from this. Both of these cards are about detachment. Both of these cards are about you know, moving through, not seeing opportunities, getting distracted, but not chained to them. So it's like, get focus in where it is you need to be and what it is you need to do. Use this time as a healing time. Take a step back and get clarity. You know, all these swords are about clarity. Swords are about the mind. And where are all these swords in and around? In the head. So get clarity of the mind. So we've got stability of the mind. It's like, I'm really drawn to the oak, and the oak is the tree. It's the grounding. They're led down on the ground, and I feel like it's almost like that. Draw that energy from the mind down into the ground, down into the feet, so you don't overthink things, that you just become more grounded and more present. Thank you. Present was the word I was looking for, in this moment, to deal with the energies that are coming up in this full moon in Cancer. Now, I said that the 4 signs that are really going to get hit by this energy is Aries, Taurus, Leo and Cancer. So I'm going to pull a card for each of those. So for Aries, this seems like it's going to be emotional shifts in and around the home. So can we have a card for Aries? Oh, there you go. There's quick. Okay. So for Aries, emotional shifts in and around the home. Don't hold on to it. And what is she holding? The home. Exactly. I love it how my guides work. So if you've got shifts within the home, let them change, let them flow. Don't hold on to the same pattern. Things need to change. Absolutely. Within this energy. So Taurus, we've got emotional turmoil in work and communication. So what do Taurus need to know? On the floor. So we've got the full card. So new beginnings need to come in. I feel like if there's turmoil in and around the workplace, this is not the first time that it happened. We need to find a way forward. I feel like it's quite sort of, they show me the crocodile snapping. It feels like it's quite sort of snappy energy. So for me, that's kind of quite triggering. Be careful with your communication. Don't snap it back. You know, I'm hearing the tone. Watch your tone in and around this time, Taurus. Then we've got Leo. Leo, unsettling revelations we've got coming in with this Cancer full moon. Okay, so we've got the King of Cups, but we have him in reverse. So Look at your emotional maturity. This can really show that there is emotional immaturity. It can be uncaring. It can be anxious, just overly emotional. So, ground your energies down. You might hear something, or there might be something that's presented to you that is unsettling, that brings up these emotions. But when the King of Cups in his upright state, in a traditional card, he sat on the throne and the waves are crashing in and around and it doesn't flinch him. And that's really where it needs to be. So we start off where we started here. How do we go from this to this? It's coming in. Whatever's coming in, you just need to hold off, settle yourself before responding, and just kind of ride the waves is what I'm hearing from that. And then, of course, we've got the Cancer. Cancer, about major turning points within relationships. Oh, we've got 3. Interesting. And there's the Devil. The Devil, what is not serving you within your relationships? Take it as this resonates. Where are you seeing repeated patterns? What do you know is happening? What are you seeing but not actually tuning into? You do have a sense of this. It could just be that you look the other way for an easy life. But like we said in the beginning, it's very much about the same energy as this, which is very interesting, that you make the changes and you hold steadfast, you will come in to a better reciprocity, which is exactly what we've got here. You know it, you just don't quite know how to do it. But that's going to be really, really beneficial for you. So what else do we need to know? Is there anything else that we need to know for this week moving into the full moon in Cancer? Anything else we need to look out for? Okay, so walk away in reverse, which is 4 and 1 goes to the number 5, which is about change. And we've got rise of the feminine energy, the yin energy, both cards in reverse. 31 goes to the number 4, which is about stability. So we've got instability and a lack of change going on. The need to change could be a need to walk away and walk towards something that serves you. What is it that you're doing that holds the feminine energy back? Are you in your masculine? And this is not gender. Remember, masculine energy is about moving forward, the go-getter, making things happening. And the feminine energy is much more nurturing, holding back, sitting back, allowing things to develop. So you could find that you're in your masculine energy and you're pushing this forward and pushing this forward and pushing this forward, where actually that's not going to serve you at this time. This really is a time just to sort of sit back and let things unfold until things settle. I say this to my clients all the time. People don't realize silence is so powerful. And what people do sometimes is just over talk and over communicate and say a million words, especially if it's by text. Just don't send it. Silence is power. There is something if you want to trial that, just see how it goes for you. It is much more powerful than vomiting an essay out to somebody where they've just sort of shut down and not listening to you because it's just going on and on and on. Whether it's either vocal or in a text, it serves no purpose. Silence is power. The reason that you don't do it is because you don't like to sit with the silence. And that's also very important, because it's good to not know. It's good to let things settle. It's like, I can't move forward if I don't know what's happening. Or I can't sleep if I don't know what's happening. Yes, you can. You just need to learn to shut your brain off and draw the energy down, because 24 hours is not going to make a difference. 48 hours is not going to make a difference. What will make a difference in it is coming from a grounded, secure place and actually making a conscious decision of where it is you want to go and how it is you want to respond to whatever this situation is for you. So if you want it to grow, if you want to work, if you want to rise to your own higher self, then it's like allow it to unfold. Let's also take this one as well. And there is a time at this moment where things are not moving quickly. So this can be a slight void, a slight pause. Don't push through it. You know, it's a little bit, when things aren't moving, trust they're not moving for a reason, and just allow that just to be, and don't try to push it forward. Okay, so interesting week ahead. Let's get a card of guidance. Card of guidance. I love this. This is why I love doing these videos. Contemplation time. So don't push it forward. Spend time alone, meditating upon what it is you truly desire. Have a fabulous week. If you'd like to join me for live readings, I am now doing a Wednesday evening UK time 8:30 p.m. and a Friday morning 10 a.m. on all the channels. So do come and join me. We tune into the collective energy, and then I get through as many of you as I can in doing quick readings for you. It's always great fun. It's very lighthearted. Come and join us. Set your timings. Do give us a follow, a like, and a share. It's a lovely, lovely energy exchange. And for those of you that are still following me after all these years on YouTube, I know I was not really on here much last year, but I'm going to make a commitment that I'm going to be on here a lot more now. And I want to thank you for all your long-term support. Have a fabulous week. Love and light.